It is a BKFC boss, David Feldman, who is kicking off a crazy run of, as best I can tell, 6 events in about an 8-week stretch to kick off 2023. So I guess let me just start there. How you feeling right now, man? Are you excited? Are you maybe a little overwhelmed, a little nervous? What's the feel for you?
Nah, man, we're good. We're really prepared. We got everything ready to go. I mean, some last minute stuff is popping up. We got some really big events coming up. And we're putting together some great stuff for the second quarter. I mean, it's just going to be an incredible 2023. So excited, really rolling right now. I think we caught our groove. We kind of, when I say we know what we're doing, we're finding our way and knowing how to put these events on back to back to back now.
I love it. Yeah, I know as exciting as 2022 was all year long, you were saying, but wait till you see what we do next year. We're even more excited. So it's going to start on January 27, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. First trip to South Carolina. So another new state opening up. Gorian Slavetsky versus Yelzina Cedeno's on there. Justin Scoggins is an MMA name a lot of people might remember that's making his debut. So talk to me about, I guess, a little exciting when you go someplace new for the first time.
Yeah, man, tickets are selling great. I actually think we might be sold out right now at this point, which is great. 2.5 weeks ahead of time. First time in South Carolina. The last time I was there, actually, back I think it was around 2015. We did the largest gate ever for MMA when I was an MMA promoter before I did bare knuckle in Greenville. So now we're going to Myrtle Beach, and we're looks like we're enjoying the same success there in Myrtle Beach. Great main event with Udana Cedeno versus Gogo. That's really going to be a great fight. I can't wait to see that. And then we were just able to grab Justin Scoggins to fight Keith Richardson, two animals from South Carolina. Really, the Battle of South Carolina for that one. That's going to be a great fight too. Great fights on the undercard again. Like it always is. Very exciting, very engaging, fast pace. Entertainment, good times.
Yeah, that co-main event was a surprise announcement. I like that one. Those guys can scrap. And then, of course, after that, February 17th, KnuckleMania III going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Lorenzo Hunt versus Mike Richmond. Austin Trout, Diego Sanchez. John Dodson is on there against Jared Grant. And I got to say, I mean, New Mexico is becoming a little hotbed for you. There are a lot of big matchups in there. And this, of course, the big KnuckleMania III event. Talk to me about your excitement on this one.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, everybody that's a fan of bare knuckle already knows that Lorenzo Hunt versus Mike Richmond is the fight, really probably the most intriguing fight ever in BKFC history. That's going to be a great fight. We got the co-main event with Diego Sanchez fighting former two-time boxing world champion Austin Trout. We got John Dodson fighting former champion Jared Grant, and we got a heavyweight announcement that is going to be probably made tomorrow. But a former UFC fighter, one of the guys that we signed and hasn't had a chance to fight, if you can add two and two together, you probably know who that is. He's going to be making his debut on that card as well. It's a stacked card from top to bottom. We're going to be at the Tingley Coliseum, which it's a 9,000 seat arena, and we expect to be full, which will be our biggest crowd that we've ever had.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Now, you mentioned, of course, Diego Sanchez versus Austin Trout. I did want to ask you about this fight specifically, right? Because there have been some people that are offering some concern. Obviously, Diego Sanchez, an MMA legend, but known more for his grappling than you have Austin Trout, former professional boxing champion, I guess. Talk to me about this matchmaking because it's interesting, right? I mean, Diego Sanchez did look, I thought, very good last time out in his MMA fight against Kevin Lee. Meanwhile, you have Austin Trout, who's a phenomenal boxer, but things do change when it gets to bare knuckle. But I do understand the concern, and I know you're very aware of the concern. I mean, it went before the commission and all that. So I guess talk to me about this matchmaking, why you put this fight together, and why you feel comfortable saying, hey, this is a very legitimate, a very fairly matched fight.
Diego actually suggested Austin Trout to me, and I said, "Are you sure you want to fight Austin Trout?" He said to me verbatim, he said, "Dave, I'm going to grab him by the back of the neck, and I'm going to hit him with uppercuts, and I'm going to stop him in the first round, and the whole world's going to be like, wow, Diego Sanchez is back." Here's the real reason why I'm having Diego Sanchez fight. He fought Kevin Lee, a very competitive fight against a killer. Kevin Lee can fight, man. He's no joke. And he looked very good doing that, knowing he wasn't really in top shape for that one as well. Now we have a Diego Sanchez that most of the MMA community and the combat sports community now knows as the guy that kind of got a little bit physically, mentally, and emotionally abused by his kind of guy that was kind of holding him by a leash, Josh Fabia. Now that guy's not with him anymore. He's training with top guys. His mind's a lot better. He's a lot more focused. Believe me, at the stage we're in with bare knuckle, there's no way in the world I would take a chance if I didn't think that this guy was going to be competitive. He's going to be competitive. Look, is he going to win? I don't know. I mean, in bare knuckle, one shot changes the game. But could he be the Artem Lobo that grabs Paulie Malignaggi, if you will, by the back of the neck and grab Austin Trout and just change his whole entire game? He could be. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's the good thing. The other thing that we have to say is he passed every single medical test with flying colors. So there's not like, I know he was saying, I'm not going to say if I have a head injury or I do have a head injury or I don't. And he was doing that to set himself up for a lawsuit. That's really what he was doing there. And he told me that. And now I know that he's 100% clear to fight medically from our doctor as well. So I have no concern at all about Diego Sanchez in this fight. I think he's going to be a very, very competitive fight. Look, he could get knocked out. He could knock out Austin Trout. I don't know. He might get knocked out. And if he does, he's going to go in there and fight one of the best boxers in the world. So that's okay. But at the end of the day is I feel confident and comfortable putting him in that fight.
It's funny because the Paulie Malignaggi fight is the exact fight I thought of as well, right? Like, if this was a straight-up just boxing match, I wouldn't give Diego Sanchez much of an opportunity, much as I wouldn't have given Artem Lobov much of a chance against Malignaggi, but a bare-knuckle fight kind of changes everything. And then I will say, I mean, I do have those same concerns about Diego, of course, as a legend, but I spoke to him before the Kevin Lee fight, man, and he seems to be in a great headspace mentally, and he performed well in that fight. And I guess I should point out as well, this was not a decision that you made overnight. This has been a long time in the making, and you did spend a lot of time, researching and being around him before doing this, right?
100%. Look, he wanted to fight before. I didn't like his mental state, so I said no. I think he's focused. His mental state is there. I mean, the messages he's sending me, they're not like just some guy that's hoping on, to do this on a hope and a prayer. This is a guy who is focused. I mean, I know what training he's doing out there. I saw it. I'm going to see him next week when we do the press conference out there. I'm going to go visit his training camp. I'm going to make sure he's good. But we had concerns today because of the articles that he did in 2021, and we alleviated all that. I will not take any chances here that I don't think are very, very calculated. This has been a year in the making. This isn't something that we said, oh, Diego Sanchez, we're in New Mexico, we're in Albuquerque, let's throw this, we'll put butts in the seats. We didn't do that. We calculated this decision for a long time, and I finally said, look, I think it's the right decision. I met with the whole team. Everybody on the team agreed. Maybe one or two guys goes, he's getting a little older. But at the end of the day, so Austin Trout is older too. I'm not putting him in against a current, 25-year-old lion. I'm putting him in a very well-schooled professional boxer that's starting to, go up that hill a little bit now. So I think it's very evenly matched.
I appreciate your explanation on that, and I will tell everybody, don't doubt Diego Sanchez. That man is a warrior at heart for sure. Let me ask you about that card. Is that a standalone pay-per-view, or is that part of the app as well? I know the past KnuckleMania events have been standalone pay-per-views. Is that separate, or has that been decided? What's the plan on that broadcast?
Yeah, we're including everything in the BKFC app. The BKFC app's doing very good now. We had some hiccups with it. We feel like we corrected everything, but this is going to be included in that subscription. So it's something that we talked about, and we said, look, let's just keep doing what we're doing. Now, I do have a fight coming up in late April, early May that will absolutely be a standalone pay-per-view. And when I announce it, you'll be like, holy shit, that's pay-per-view worthy.
I love it. We're talking about some new names coming to the roster.
All new names.
I love it. All right. Well, we'll look forward to that in the future. Still got a lot more. February 24th, New Orleans, Louisiana, one of my favorite cities on the planet. Love the Big Easy. Heavyweight world title is there. Arnold Adams versus Alan Belcher. I know the full card is still kind of coming together, but I got to be honest with you. You can stop right there. I mean, I'm looking forward to this fight. That's about as big as it gets at heavyweight.
That's going to be a great fight. I really can't wait as a fan, I'm a fan of this, as a fan, to see that, because that's really like one punch can then change that whole entire game, because Alan Belcher punches like a brick, hits you. Arnold Adams does the same. He showed his durability when he got dropped by Mick Terrell, got back up and won. He's the first and only two-time heavyweight champion with us. So, he has all the accolades that are there. Alan Belcher fought everybody in the world in the UFC, came back over to BKFC. It's funny because he called me last week. He's like, I wasn't 100% sure about BKFC when I first signed. I thought it was going to be like a little dash in my career until I get to the next step. And I believe in you. I believe in your vision. And I believe what I'm going to do in this sport now. So he said, I'm going to be your champion for a long, long time. Great fight, great matchup. Can't wait to see it.
That's awesome. Alan Belcher is another MMA legend who, kind of walked away from the sport a while and has having a great run with you guys. So I'm looking forward to that. Then you get international in March. March 4th, you go to London, kind of returning to the site of that amazing Mike Perry versus MVP fight. And it looks like, London, it looks like it's going to become a regular stop. It seems like this is becoming a big market for you as well.
Yeah, man. We're going to do 6, 7, 8 shows a year there in the UK, in different parts of the UK. This is a great one. We got, one of the best bare knuckle fighters in the UK, Connor Tierney. We taken on former MMA, former UFC star Jake Lindsay. So that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a title eliminator fight for the 165-pound championship. It's a stack card on that undercard. I really can't wait to see that fight. I'm definitely going to be there for that one. That's going to be great. UK is developing into. It was funny because bare knuckle has a lineage back in the UK of where it started, but not being legal and sanctioned for really ever until we did the first real legal and sanctioned fight there. And now it's starting to catch on, and people are really starting to enjoy what they're saying. That Wembley show for us was tremendous. It was an unbelievable success for us, for the amount of people that were there, the fights, the production, the whole entire card was amazing for us, and we're just going to keep that run going.
I was going to say that card was fantastic. Then March 18th, I got to be honest, I'm looking forward to this. My kind of journey into mixed martial arts started through Muay Thai. So seeing these clash of legend, Buakaw, Saenchai, I got to imagine, I don't know if internationally maybe the names are known as much as they should be, but I got to imagine locally, if nothing else, people got to be going crazy over this.
They're loving it. It's going to be crazy. We actually had to push that back. That one's going to be April 8th now, but
okay.
Only because there was a conflict over there. But, what do you say? You got the two best and most legendary Muay Thai fighters that ever fought Muay Thai ever fighting each other under our banner. It's history. It's legendary for us. It's amazing for us. We're excited. We got our great partner, Nick Chapman, over there that's doing some amazing things with BKFC Thailand, and we're doing a big expansion over there as well. But that's going to be a big one for us. That'll be the first ever BKFC, bare knuckle Muay Thai fight that we're going to do. And then we're going to have a complete normal BKFC bare knuckle card on the undercard. It's going to be unbelievable. And that'll be my first time actually in Thailand, because I will be there live for that one. So
wow. That's awesome. Still a place I need to go. I want to catch fights over there. March 24th, Norfolk, Virginia, another new state. I know that card's all still coming together as well. But I guess I'll just ask you, new markets, what's the plan? You got that U.S. map out there and you're just coloring in states as you go, or you're trying to go everywhere? What's the plan for expansion?
We want to hit all the big ones, and we feel like we're really making some unbelievable inroads right now on the big important states. It just took time. It took time for the perception to go away, right? The perception was this is it's a backyard street fight. It's not regulated. They're not doing the right thing. That perception went away. That's gone now. People know that that's not the case anymore. Now it's just keep doing these great events, producing them right, having the right athletes in there, having the medical standards that we have. And now, the crowds that we have, we sold out. I think we sold out 18 of 22 domestic events last year, 18 of 22 domestic events. So, the crowd's there. So it's almost hard for people to say no to the revenue and, the kind of notoriety that we're going to bring combat sports in that respective state. It's hard to say no to us now. Listen, I'll be the first to say it wasn't hard to say no to us at the beginning. What is this guy? Who is he? What are they doing? But now that I think we laid the groundwork, we're known all over the world. I've got guys, I'm doing a show in Bulgaria this year. I'm doing a show in Thailand this year, in Philippines this year. I'm doing a show in New Delhi, India this year. I'm doing shows all over the world. It's known worldwide now. So we're here. We have arrived. Now it's just a matter of, explaining it the right way to the respective commissions and getting them to understand things. But they're going to open. But as far as opening up these new states, it's basically just it's grassroots marketing for us. We do a show in Norfolk, Virginia, in front of 6,000 people. That's probably 5,800 new fans that we're going to have for life, because once you see this show live, it's over for you. I mean, 100%. If you're a combat sports fan and you watch this live, it's over. You're a fan for life. So that's kind of our game plan for 2023. And, we think we're just going to keep opening up. I've got all these licensing deals. Actually, we're talking to South Korea right now. We have South Korea that wants to do a licensing deal with us to do BKFC South Korea over there as well. We're just every day it's something else. I mean, I really have been, after the holidays, I got right back into the grind, and I'm just like, holy shit, today was great. I'm talking to my wife and she's like, how was today? I'm like, it was fucking unbelievable. Now this day, today, it was even better. And then today, holy shit, look at these calls. And tomorrow I got the biggest call of my career at 10 a.m. And if that call goes well, it's over for BKFC. I'm telling you, I've got an unbelievable phone call that was warranted by the other side. So if this call goes the way I expect it to go, it's game changing for BKFC.
I love it, man. It is crazy how much you've grown, and I know you're excited about what's still to come. So, and all this stuff's on the BKFC app. Sounds like maybe it could be some other place. So I don't know. We'll find out all that soon. But all of these will be on the BKFC app. Hey, let's hit real quick. Big names, obviously, the people care about. I don't know if this might be an aforementioned UFC heavyweight that's been signed that hasn't fought yet. But Greg Hardy, when are we going to see that debut? Is that announcement coming very soon?
Yeah, it's coming really soon. It might have already happened. He's coming. He's coming. He's making his debut. I've got to get into a really good relationship with him, and we understand the roadmap that he wants to take, and I think we can get him to where he wants to be. And he's going to be making his debut very, very soon.
All right, Mike Perry looked phenomenal in 2022. Any plans on the calendar yet for him?
Yeah, he's part of that big event that I'm talking about. He's going to fight a superstar in mixed martial arts, probably one of the most well-known fighters that ever, fought mixed martial arts. He's going to fight him, and we're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's. That's going to be about 7 to 10 days for that announcement. And the undercard on that one is it's an unbelievable fight. It's going to be this will be guaranteed one of the biggest cards of 2023 in all of combat sports.
Well, if it's one of the biggest cards, then you maybe have to have Big Ben Rothwell on there.
Big Ben Rothwell. I may have him before then. I actually just made a really good match with him, but it's not signed yet. It's a very, very intriguing matchup that I have there. So that fight's going to happen as well. And then it looks like we're in talks, and it looks like we're getting Chad Mendes back on that card as well.
Fantastic. I was going to ask you, been about a year. I know he was kind of like, I think I'm into this. I'm not. So I was surprised it took a year, but sounds like his heart's still into it though.
Yeah. I mean, he had some issues with his trainer's child was really sick. So he gave him a little time off there. And then I think he started living the good life of relaxing, still training, but relaxing and doing his hunting thing that he does. He's an avid hunter, avid fisherman. And he gets a lot of people that do these cruises and stuff like that with him. So he was making great money. One of the nicest guys I've ever met, in combat sports. So if we get him back for one more fight, it'll be great. It's going to be a stack card, John. I wish I could tell you. I'm going to tell you first, though. I will tell you first. You're going to break it. We'll have 5 superstar fights in that card. I mean, it's going to be, one of the top 5 fights for the entire 2023. I guarantee that.
Oh, can't wait.
I started this thing 4.5 years ago, and I can say that I'm going to put on one of the best cards in all of 2023 and all of combat sports. That's an amazing thing to say.
Phenomenal. Well, you can't say any better than that, Dave. I've taken enough of your time, man. It sounds like a lot of big things are happening. I guess I'll let you enjoy this last week or two of phone calls and meetings before the schedule just gets absolutely insane and you're flying all over the world and getting this 2023 going.
Got you, my man. Thanks again, man. I appreciate you having me.